So I don't usually comment on witch talk stuff. I try to stay off of there. I try to stay out of the drama. But with this whole Ashlee Summers teardown campaign that is going on, I had to speak on this because this poor girl, if you don't know who she is, she was a witch talk creator. She was a reader, a psychic, a medium, from what I understand, on TikTok. And she was horrifically and brutally unalived by her partner, by a man. And she left behind a 10-year-old daughter, I believe. I think that's how old she is. There are people saying things along the lines of she was a fake reader, and if she was a real reader, she would have seen this coming. We're going to get to that in a minute. There's people saying that there's one person, a man, of course, saying that she deserved it. There's just a whole thing. The third point. Someone said that because she was a fake reader and she was going against spirit, or spiritual laws, that this is what fell on her. And essentially saying that she deserved it. Most of witch talk is being very supportive and sending love and prayer and support, and most importantly in this situation, justice, because that asshole needs his ass whooped. And I know he is not getting any sleep in that jail cell, as he shouldn't. I bet you he can't sleep, he can't eat, he can't breathe. All he can do is think about this shit that he is in, because he has pissed off a bunch of witches by doing this horrific thing to her. I just want to touch on this really quickly because it bothers me and my blood pressure is through the roof right now. I don't even have high blood pressure, you guys, but this has set me off because as psychics, as mediums, as witches, we are not God. We are not all knowing. We are not all seeing. Yes, we have a third eye. Yes, we can see, hear, feel, know, smell, pick up on. But we are not invincible. And I'm not going to sit here and say that her spirits or her ancestors didn't warn her. They probably did. I have dealt with women, spiritual women, in these domestic violence situations, and a lot of times, yes, your spirits are trying to get you out of there. But we also have to take into account there's 3D circumstances that could have prevented her from leaving. Okay? Maybe she tried to leave before, and the guy tried to unalive her then. And so that's a scare tactic. That's manipulation. To keep her from trying to leave again. Maybe she was planning to leave the next day. And she was just getting some final details together. My point is, y'all don't know. You don't. Maybe, and flat out, maybe she was just too scared to leave because of the fear that this man so clearly must have driven into her head. Maybe she didn't have the money to leave. Maybe he was controlling the finances. Y'all have to think. Spirit can do amazing things. God can do amazing things. But at the end of the day, things happen. Okay? It does not take away from her spiritual abilities. It does not take away from her as a reader, as a woman, as a witch. It does not make her any less powerful because she, quote unquote, couldn't protect herself. You can light all the God... Come on, Spirit. You can light all the goddamn candles in the world, and shit still might not shake. For whatever reason. If someone is determined to hurt you, physically, and you live with that person, What, is Spirit gonna come down in a helicopter and rescue you? There's 3D things that have to happen so that she could have left. And maybe she didn't have all those resources available to her because a lot of women in these situations just don't. Because of the dynamic. Another person said she deserved it. Because she was quote-unquote mean and hateful. That was a man that said that, of course. Unbelievable. If you think there is anything wrong with what I'm saying, please take your ass out of spirituality, do us all a favor, and go to therapy. Okay? If I had a perfect life, and I didn't go through shit, and I hadn't been through shit, I wouldn't be a priestess. I wouldn't be doing my business. I'd be on a yacht in Bali, completely disassociated from humanity, with tons of money. Someday I'll get there. But my point is, life has duality. We don't always have all the answers because we can't, because we're not God. Some of y'all think y'all are God, and that's the fucking problem. And you judge other people for their circumstances because you think you are God. And you think if that was you in that situation, it wouldn't even happen to you in the first place. Or you know better than she did, so you would have gotten out. You don't know. If you've never been through the shit that she was going through, how the fuck? Instagram and YouTube are going to get pissed off at me for my language, but I don't care. How are you going to judge her? A woman was unalived. Have some decorum. She left behind a daughter. A daughter is now without a mother because of this asshole. 10 years old. Her mother didn't even get to see her graduate high school. And y'all want to sit here and say that that's deserved. Or that she wasn't powerful enough. Or she wasn't psychic enough. Eat a dick. I'm getting ratchet and bitchy now because this pisses me off. Because so many of you think that you are so much better than everyone else because you're spiritual. You're not spiritual, you're an asshole. You're a psychotic asshole. Anyway, this was my little tribute to Miss Ashlee, to stand up for her. And women like her, women deal with this every day. We've been dealing with it for centuries. Especially witches, you know, we're always counted out, we're always picked on, we're always cast out and demonized and hurt in some way, usually. Maybe not physically, but in other ways, society tries to get rid of us because it's the patriarchy, it's the hatred against the divine feminine. And I think that Ashlee was a beautiful soul. And I know that many spiritistas are giving her light and prayer. She has a lot of people praying for her well-being spiritually, praying for her family. An ancestor, when I was thinking about this earlier, because I was trying to take a nap, you know, before I got my thoughts together. And one of my ancestors basically said, like, the same people judging, y'all are the ones that don't bring people food when they lose a loved one. Y'all are the ones that don't know that that's what you're supposed to do. You don't know how to take care of people when they're grieving. Clearly, because you're an asshole. You take them food, you check on them, you call them, you make sure they're okay. And you damn sure don't judge the person that they lost. That's the worst thing you can do for someone that is grieving. Okay, I'm gonna go get my blood pressure down, y'all. I love you very much. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. This was very much a ranty video, but it's very much called for. Because a woman was unalived. A witch was unalived by a man. And that is never okay. It's never warranted. It's never deserved. It's never... No. Okay? I love you.